I really love combining high-tech and holistic approach. Today I want to focus on HydroDiamond Facial technology. One bottle will last you for about 100 facials. This is her before and afters, and I think for one treatment, this is a perfect technology to give your clients fast results, but also make money with it. Hi everyone, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just introduce myself really quickly. My name is Yulia and I'm a licensed esthetician located here in New York City. I own my own skincare practice. I'm located on the Upper East Side and I specialize in laser hair removal and variety of facials. I really love combining high-tech and holistic approach, which in my opinion, just gives my clients the best results. And when it comes to high tech, the technology kicks in. And today I would like to talk about HydroDiamond technology. We will also go over the specific device, which is DermeLuxx Pro. This is the device that I own personally in my practice. But we also have HydroDermabrasion devices that have all of these modalities plus some holistic approach. But today I want to focus on HydroDermabrasion, HydroDiamond Facial technology, and DermeLuxx Pro device. With these modalities, you really can treat any type of skin concern. When it comes to acne, congested pores, enlarged pores, hyperpigmentation. So this is kind of a small but mighty device that becomes your best friend in your treatment room. And this is a little powerhouse that you basically don't really need anything besides it. By adding this to your treatment room, you're kind of adding lots of facials to your website already. What is HydroDiamond technology? This is a perfect combination of diamond exfoliation and hydration. So basically it makes it customizable for each skin concern. If you would like to go a little bit more aggressive, you can go with diamond exfoliation. But if we are working with more compromised skin, that's where the HydroDiamond steps in. Getting Zemits products, and you're joining our family and becoming a part of us. So you do get constant support. You can use the hashtag, which increases your visibility on social media. HydroDiamond Facial is a very well-known in our community name, and you are not only offering a treatment, you're also positioning your spa or clinic or your solo aesthetics practice as a premium skincare destination for pretty much any skin type, skin concern. Let me dive in deeper into what HydroDiamond technology includes. So first of all, it's an exfoliation. This is what we usually start our facials with, and we do achieve a deeper exfoliation by doing a diamond exfoliation and HydroDiamond exfoliation. Plus, we also are using serums with active ingredients that allows for double exfoliation. We also have a modality for serum infusion. You can really add to any treatment. I personally love to combine it with dermaplaning. After I dermaplane, I use the serum infusion because we exfoliated the skin and now it's ready to absorb all of those ingredients. Then we also have a cooling therapy. This is my personal favorite and I add it on to pretty much every facial because it's very useful when it comes to extractions. The skin gets pretty red, so cooling therapy really helps with that. If you guys do chemical peels, cooling therapy works magic after. It depuffs the face, helps with swelling, with redness. Plus, your client has been inhaled during the chemical peel, so we're now kind of enhancing their just feeling, and everyone comments how amazing it feels. I know when you're choosing the device, it's probably very overwhelming because the industry is so oversaturated. There are so many companies that offer pretty much, it looks like what is the same technology. So let me just go over really quickly the types of the exfoliating devices, HydroDermabrasion devices that are in the industry and why Zemits definitely stands out. When we talk about diamond microdermabrasion, equation. We usually talk about the regular, in my opinion, and I'm sorry, like I definitely don't want to downgrade, right, for whatever other estheticians do, but I feel like it's a little bit outdated going on dry skin and exfoliating it with a diamond tip. This is really not for every skin concern, and it kind of limits your ability to work with a variety of clients, right? Plus, this industry, because it's been for a while, the diamond microdermabrasion has been there for a while, so it's pretty oversaturated. You can't really charge much for it because the results are like, and there's also downtime because a client gets pretty red and sometimes you can even scratch the skin. We talk about traditional hydrodermabrasion devices, which is definitely a more modern approach to exfoliation, but your price for one facial is at least $20. Some popular devices, it's even like $70 per facial, which definitely, we are all here for skincare, but of course we want to make some money, right? Basically with HydroDiamond, your price for a facial is just $2. The rest goes into your pocket, which allows you to bring your price a little bit lower, still make good amount of money, and your clients, because they will love these results, they will come back every single month for it. It's affordable for them. You're still making money. Because it's affordable for them, they can incorporate you in their budget every single month, which allows for your stable income and client retention. Results from this, if we are talking about HydroDiamond facial, results are instant. That's why people love it, especially like, I don't know if you guys, all of you are from New York or not, but in New York we need results like yesterday because it's so fast-paced. So this is a perfect technology to give your clients fast results, but also make money with it. There are also sets of serums that at the trade show they do come together with the device. This is the first time Zemits ever did that they offered these sets of serums for free. You would get serums to treat pretty much any type and skin concern. If we are talking about hyperpigmentation, we can use the glycolic acid serum, and there's also salicylic serum. So you play around, you're the boss, but we definitely teach you the protocols, what we suggest. Yep.
Can I use this over my clients with Botox, or would you not recommend?
Right away, you mean? So these serums, you mean they just injected the Botox?
Maybe like it's been a week or 2 weeks.
Okay, so you can definitely use the ruffle tip, which we will get to there next. Not within a week, I would definitely wait for about 2 weeks. Also, these serums, they do have active ingredients, so you don't want to use it right away if you just injected Botox, of course. Just like any treatment, I always recommend to refrain at least a couple of weeks after injecting Botox. But if your client showed up, and I do have clients like that, when they showed up and she's like, oh yeah, don't mind my face, I just injected Botox like yesterday. What we will do, I will just, of course I will avoid those areas, but also there are other modalities that you can use. You can use the serum infusion, and you can use, and these serums, they don't have any active ingredients. These are just for hydration, for plumping the skin. So you just avoid using active ingredients and kind of customize it because you don't want to lose the treatment, right? If you are performing HydroDiamond facial, you would also be using the gel that we also offer you. This gel plumps the skin, and you can really use any conductive gel, to be honest. But this one is really nice because it also has a lot of nourishing ingredients, which hydrates the skin. One bottle, which is this size approximately, will last you for about 100 facials. So basically, if you're booked back to back, in my experience, it usually lasts for several months at least. And then because you have a selection of different serums right here, you won't really use the same serum for each facial, you will customize it. The device also comes with different tips, which if you guys haven't already, you might want to start offering back or booty facials, because this is also a money maker, and we do offer the tips for those types of facials as well. We really teach you how to use each of these tips, so you don't have to memorize it, but we have more aggressive tips and the more gentle tips, and then we have tips for vacuum extractions. And then if you guys performed a good preparation before the facial, let's say you put enzyme mask and maybe use a little bit of steam if you're not opposed to steam. Then with help of vacuum extractions and this little tips, everything comes out like butter. A lot of my clients don't even really remember the name of this facial, but then every time I post how I extract the blackheads from the nose, everyone comes back and they're like, can you do what you just posted, like when you're removing everything from the pores? So it's really, it works magic. And so the raffle tips you would only use mostly on the nose and where the blackheads are, like maybe on the forehead, a little bit on the chin. Let's say if you were performing a HydroDiamond technology treatment, this is just the first step of which is hydrodermabrasion. We apply serums directly on the skin. We do not waste serums, and we only apply using a brush. We apply it on the area that we work on. And then whatever you see right here, this is not a serum. This is a cleansing solution that in the end of a lot of your clients will be asking, like, can you show me what came out? And you can. You just take a cleaning solution that also comes in set with these serums. You flush it through the pipes, which kind of sanitizes everything and cleans the pipes. So this is just a cleaning solution, but together with it, all the junk that you just collected, it will come out. Normally, you would start with applying the serum directly on the area you're working on. Just a thin layer is more than enough, but you can always reapply if you need. These serums will have some active ingredients that the serum you will customize to each client, as I previously mentioned. We already starting chemical exfoliation by applying these serums. Your next step would be performing hydroexfoliation, which I normally use. It's a diamond tip. Even if the client has a little bit of a compromised skin, I would still do a nose and chin and maybe this area in between the eyebrows, because I feel like when this area glows, the entire face looks like kind of more glowing. But if client has compromised skin, thin skin, if it's an aging skin, or you're just not sure if you want to use diamond tip, you can just go with the kind of like a ruffle tip, which is much less aggressive. It still exfoliates really well. You can always adjust on the side of the device. There's going to be like an intensity adjustment. So if you feel like the suction is too much, you can always go lower. So it's fully customizable to each client. And then your next step would be extractions, vacuum extractions. This is the most satisfying part. Then this is where everything comes out. And then this is, a lot of people ask me to show this to them, and I always love to show the waste jar. We also offer you treatment protocols. We also constantly host webinars, so you can always join to see. We share our experience, how we customize these treatments and our protocols. And then I want to jump to the clinical cases, to my personal clients situation. So this is my client, and she's a regular client, and her constant, you know that enlarged pores are pretty much impossible to treat. We can only improve the appearance. So her constant concern is enlarged pores that get congested pretty easily. And in general, her skin was pretty dull and dehydrated. I performed HydroDiamond Facial. She receives them pretty much every single month, combining with some other treatments sometimes, like chemical peels. And this is her before and this is her after. So you can see how the skin, even the color of the skin, is so much brighter. And I pretty much here's the protocol that I used. I work with Circadia, but you of course could be using any type of first step of double cleansing, right? So I cleaned her face with oil cleanser from Circadia, and then I used mandelic acid as a face wash. I went with mandelic acid just because I knew we are going to be using other actives throughout the facial, so I wanted to go a little more gentle on her in the beginning. I am the biggest fan of cocoa enzyme mask from Circadia, so I usually apply that. It smells amazing, it's soft in the pores, and I used a little bit of steam to help that mask to work its magic faster. Once I removed the enzyme mask, I performed the Hydrodermabrasion first with the diamond tip, and then I used the ruffle tip. I used salicylic acid serum on her just because her pores are congested and she's prone to acne. After we are done with hydrodermabrasion, I applied caviar lime from Circadia, and 10 minutes later when I removed it, I did the serum infusion. Her skin is already very plump and very bright, but this is just this is an additional step to hydrate her skin because her skin was pretty dehydrated and dull. I turn on the cooling therapy, which is this little wand, and it usually needs about a minute to cool down. And while I'm waiting for it to cool down, I would massage residuals of this serums that we infused. I would just massage it in. So while I'm waiting for the wand to cool down, my client also receives a little bit of massage. And the next step, I just customized it for her. I applied the serum, salicylic acid serum from Face Reality, moisturizer, and of course SPF. And then this is her before and afters. And I think for one treatment, especially considering that she's not really good with her daily skincare routine, one session and she's already glowing. The next case, this is one of my favorites because I feel like she literally looks like 10 years younger. She has a lot of hyperpigmentation and some fine lines. She does get chemical peels from me pretty often. This time she was going on vacation, so we went, I didn't want to do a chemical peel on her. So we did a custom facial, which was focusing on anti-aging and using more like anti-aging products. I, again, did a double cleansing with vitamin oil from Circadia. I used glycolic cleanser from Skin Script. Glycolic I used because she has hyperpigmentation, so I know she can tolerate it because she's my regular client. Then I used the enzyme mask to prepare the skin for hydrodermabrasion step, and the next step was hydrodermabrasion using the glycolic serum from Zemits. I did focus mostly on the areas where she had hyperpigmentation on her forehead, on her cheeks. She didn't really need any vacuum extractions because her pores were clear. This is not our concern here. And then I did the firming mask for about 10 minutes, this firming mask from Circadia, and then serum infusion. I did choose the Luminoxy because I like how instantly it just brightens the skin. It really changes the color of the skin from grayish to pinkish nude color. Afterwards, I applied the Hydro Remedy Gel serum from Face Reality. That one locks in the moisture, and then I just moisturized her skin, sent her home, and this is her results. This is literally, of course, all of those products contributed to her result. But if I was more smart and I did step by step, I definitely could tell that this is the result, the most results she got from just exfoliation with those serums. So it's double exfoliation, chemical and physical. Here I focused more on cooling because this client received microneedling together with BioRepeal, and then she got pretty red. So I did add cooling therapy. Her treatment protocol was double cleansing, and then I applied the toner to just prepare her skin for microneedling and BioRepeal. Then after I infused BioRepeal with microneedling, she got pretty red, which is normal. If you guys ever did that treatment even without microneedling, BioRepeal might kind of irritate the skin, and she got pretty red. But of course microneedling contributed to that. After I removed BioRepeal, I calmed down her skin with a toner, and then if you could see, like if we go back, so I did the cooling therapy on her cheeks only, and you could tell how it's like this is right after the treatment, so the skin of course would come down, but you could already see of just 1 minute on each cheek, and the result is so much better than she was, so she doesn't look as scary as she did. So I did a couple minutes on each cheek. Cooling therapy is, as I said before, this is literally something that I use every single day, because if you guys work with clients with rosacea, this is a must-have for you. You of course have your signature protocol for it, but cooling is an amazing add-on to in the end. As I mentioned, yeah, of course.
On the forehead, just curiosity, like
I just started with cheeks. I would eventually after that, this is just the picture when I was kind of focusing on before and afters too much. So I was like, let me do it and then take a picture. Yeah, but I definitely, oh, of course, absolutely. I would do everywhere besides the nose just because it's not very convenient to do on the nose. But yeah, this is just, I started with cheeks, even though I normally would always start with forehead. But yeah, I was just focusing too much on before and afters. As I mentioned before, clients will come back for this facial because they do see results right away, which allows for your constant income every single month. You can charge, I personally charge $220, but I did start with $180. I am a solo esthetician, so I could do pretty much any price. We do not boss you around with the price. You guys can definitely control your pricing. We recommend to start at least at $175, especially if you're not in New York. I started with $180, but then literally the next month I increased to $190 because I could tell that people just like it, and then they send their friends over. So I see they like it, so why not? And then now in just like next several months, it was just more and more. And now I'm at $220. I feel comfortable charging $220 because I feel like I just know my clientele, and I feel like if I go, I know this facial I could easily do like $350 because results are immediate, but I still want them to come back every single month. I would rather make them do it every single month rather than treating a facial as a treat that they do once a year for their birthday. So for me, $220 works, but again, I am a solo esthetician and I could do that. And my price for this facial is only $2. The rest I put in my pocket because you need a tiny bit of serum and a tiny bit of gel, and that's it. Usually you can also offer express facials, again, because the results are so immediate. You do not have to do like a whole experience situation. So if your spa is more like a fast-paced situation, right? Like not like a long treatment, even 20 or 30 minutes of this treatment already will give your clients this really good, nice glow. You can call it like facial on the go or something like that. I personally create a whole experience out of HydroDiamond Facial. So mine is around 60 minutes, sometimes even 70 minutes, but I incorporate massages and I take my time. But I did offer express facials in the beginning and it worked perfectly. It was very popular. I just found myself that for me, it's just really hard to work fast. I don't like to be like, I kind of want to take my time. It's kind of like an art. You can also perform it on the neck, on hands, on décolleté, so it's, as I mentioned before, we do offer you tips that come together with a hydrodermabrasion device. So you can play around, and actually neck and hands are also pretty popular treatments. This device comes with a 3-year warranty. It comes with an online training. You get the access to that online training, and after the online training, you will also get a Zoom call with one of our people to go over the questions if you have any of those. But even if you don't have questions, we still like to know you personally because you become a part of our family. So we just want to say hi to you and see how we can assist you maybe in the future. There's also the promotion material that you get with it, so you can use it on your social media. We constantly run webinars that you can join, and we share our protocols. We're not really here to teach you, we're just sharing our experience. So those webinars are really helpful to see how other estheticians incorporate these modalities in their treatment rooms. I personally do a lot of dermaplaning, so for me, infusion of the serum and cooling is a must-have. I do have a lot of clients with rosacea, where usually like cooling therapy comes in handy. And then also, of course, the enlarged pores and congested pores. This is something that pretty much everyone has. So sometimes if I do a customized facial, I might not throw in a cooling therapy or serum infusion, but I would definitely do the first part, which is hydrodermabrasion, right? To to exfoliate the skin. And since I got my DermeLuxx Pro, I rarely do the extractions on the nose manually, because I just feel like, why would I bother if it doesn't cost me anything to throw in vacuum extraction? I just apply a tiny bit of serum, and it kind of works better because, first of all, it's much more pleasant procedure, much less painful, and then clients don't get as red as after I extract everything manually with my hands. So this is a really good thing to just throw in a custom facial, even if you do not use any other modalities. But those modalities you will be using pretty much every single day because you will play around with them, and especially if you're offering chemical peels, this is also an amazing thing. The training will have 5 models, and it will answer all of your questions, from how to set up the device, how to use it in your treatment room, the protocols, how to sanitize it, how to price it. So we pretty much cover all of those. So if you guys would like to learn more, to see it in action, you can find me at Zemits booth, okay? I can answer all of your questions. I personally, in my practice, I have DermeLuxx Pro and I have Cool Restore, but I'm very knowledgeable at Versant HD, which is like kind of an upgraded version of DermeLuxx Pro. I honestly wish I had Versant HD because I'm not only a high-tech approach, but also holistic approach, and Versant HD has radiofrequency and mesotherapy. But I am super happy with my DermeLuxx. It's just a basic version, a powerhouse, very small like this, but very mighty, and it's gonna last you forever. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for coming here, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.